We lost 3 of our heroes today. And I will tell you, the fact that we lost 3 and dozens were wounded after 160 attacks on our men and women in the military, it is absolutely shameful.
And Niall, I know you've spoken about this before, the fact that Haley is a military spouse. Her husband is currently deployed, and she held a moment of silence for those 3 service members who were killed. That breaking news we're tracking tonight. Trump has a record of disparaging service members. What is the significance to this moment? Could this potentially impact Trump?
I don't think it will negatively impact the former president, to be perfectly honest. Now, you saw Nikki Haley making those rather somber remarks there, and rightfully so, given the lives that have been lost. You also saw her, though, going on to make the Republican argument, which is that attacks like this are a consequence of what they see as weakness on the part of President Biden. It's interesting that the former president, Mr. Trump, was already out with a statement talking about these attacks as evidence of what he terms weakness and surrender by the incumbent president. Clearly, the White House would have a very different view. Obviously, they would push back against any such criticism and would talk about the dangers of broadening the existing conflict in the Middle East. But I think it's a Republican versus Democrat thing in political terms, rather than one that benefits Haley over Trump.
Niall, I appreciate that. I do want to ask you about this exclusive interview. RFK Jr. saying the Trump team has gauged his interest in the vice presidency. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
I would not take that job. I'm flattered that President Trump would offer it to me, but it's not something that I'm interested in.
What do you make of this? I mean, do you see Bobby Kennedy potentially in a Trump cabinet role if Trump is elected?
I don't really, but I also think there's an important point to be made here right off the top, Natasha, which is that the Trump campaign denies any such approach. Chris LaCivita, a senior advisor to the former president, says, just want to get this quote right, no one from the Trump campaign ever approached RFK Jr. or ever will. Now, clearly, Mr. Kennedy has a different version of those events. But I would find it difficult to see Kennedy going into a Trump cabinet, though they do share some, I suppose, common ground in terms of skepticism of the US aid to Ukraine, in terms of skepticism about COVID vaccines, frankly. Those sort of issues provide some sliver of common ground.
Okay, I wish we had more time. I know you're staying with us. Niall Stanage, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.